Hey, Lauren. It's been a while. How've you been? Still leading that dull life dedicated solely to work? Hey, Rachel. Long time. You hit me up suddenly and it's straight to sarcasm, huh? It wasn't sarcasm. Just stating the facts. Well, I'm still enjoying work and doing well. Are you still unemployed? Hey, don't call me that. I'm busy helping Mom with housework, thank you very much. Helping Mom? I've never seen you do any housework. Stop nitpicking. But hey, I've moved on from that. Oh yeah? I'm getting married. Wow, congratulations. Wanna know who the lucky guy is? Not knowing isn't an option, right? Geez, you're still not cute. Huh. Though deep down, you're probably super curious. Whatever. Who's the lucky guy? He's a director at a big company. Dad set us up. He's 3 years older, excels at work, and might even become a VP soon. And of course, he's earning a lot. Now I can be a proud housewife, living an elegant life forever. To be honest, I was worried about being close to 40 and not finding someone. But not compromising was the best decision. I invested in myself with beauty treatments and cooking classes, and it paid off. You mean having Dad foot the bills, right? I know you've been pampered by Mom and Dad all your life, but I can't believe he even set you up for a marriage. You're way too dependent. Shut up! I'm lucky to have parents who care, unlike you. It's not every day you bump into a high-ranking director at a famous company, you know. Gotta use every advantage I've got. Poor you. Still single at 35? Excuse me? You were single until 37, so you can't talk. But you'll most likely stay single even after 37. So, I won. I'm not competing with you. While I'm living the high life, you will remain single, leading a miserable, poor life forever. I'm working hard and not exactly broke or anything. Let's face it, we know how much a woman can make by working. It's pretty evident that eventually, things might get tight financially. Not really, you know. There are plenty of women out there leading companies and doing well nowadays. Anyway, did you text me just to share your marriage news? Oh yeah, I almost forgot the important part. I want to invite you to my wedding. Wedding? When is it? The first Sunday of June. He's got a big network, so it might be a huge guest list. We're planning to book a big venue. Top-tier catering, a super luxurious wedding dress, and going all out. Well, I guess you'll be forever out of the wedding scene, so I'll let you admire my beautiful dress. Oh, I won't be able to make it on that day. What? Why not? Because I've got my own wedding planned for the same day. I never imagined it would overlap. Are you going to a friend's wedding? You better cancel that. That's not an option for me. I'm too far into the preparations. You're heartless. Choosing a friend over your big sister? You might have many friends, but there's only one sister in the world, you know. No, it's not my friend. It's my wedding. Huh? Your wedding? Don't mess around with jokes like that. I know you're jealous of me, but don't lie. No lie, no joke. I mean, someone like me who's gorgeous might find a partner even at 35. But there's no way that you, whose only passion is work, suddenly find someone now. That's just your assumption. I've been with my soon-to-be husband for years. Well, if you don't believe me, that's fine. The point is that our wedding dates overlap, so I won't be able to make it to yours. I'm sorry. I honestly didn't plan on inviting you, but I felt bad for always leaving you out. And now, you're making up a ridiculous lie to decline it. Seriously ungrateful? Fine, whatever. Having a miserable single woman like you at the wedding would dampen the mood anyway. Even if you change your mind, I won't let you in. Lauren, what's going on? Sorry, Rachel. Couldn't pick up the phone. I'm in the middle of getting ready, so it's chaotic right now. Why are you at my wedding? Huh? You said you weren't coming. That's not what we agreed on. Wait, I'm not at your wedding. Liar! I saw you in the hallway earlier. It was definitely you. What's crazy is that you were wearing a white dress. It's so rude to wear white when you're not the bride. Crashing a wedding without an invite and trying to outshine the bride? What are you thinking? Wait, so you saw me, which means you're having your reception at the same venue. What do you mean? Is your friend having it here too? No, it's mine. Yours? Yeah, like I said before, I'm getting married today too. I'm the bride, so wearing a white dress is obvious. But I never thought we'd end up at the same venue without any planning. It's a weird coincidence, isn't it? I get it now. You're planning to steal my husband, aren't you? Excuse me? Wearing a beautiful dress like a bride? Trying to seduce him, huh? You thief? Geez, that's not it. If you come to my side, you'll see I'm having a wedding reception as well. Oh, so you're still going to lie, huh? I won't forgive anyone trying to ruin my happiness, even if it's my sister. Remember that. Ha! That's karma for you. Your dress is all torn up. Serves you right. Unbelievable. Why did you go to such lengths? It's your fault, isn't it? Trying to steal the show at my wedding? So, I cut your white dress into bits with scissors. Just because you're jealous, you tried to wear something like a wedding dress. You brought it on yourself. Your life is over. What are you talking about? That wasn't just a white dress. It was a wedding dress. Yeah, right. A real wedding dress? Uh-huh. I rented it from a bridal shop. No way. So then, it wasn't your friend's wedding today, but it was yours? Uh-huh. Like I've been saying all along, I'm supposed to have my wedding at the same venue as you. I kept telling you, but you never believed me. But Mom and Dad are at my wedding. You can't have yours today. A wedding without parents is unheard of. I never intended to invite them. What do you mean? They've always been indifferent towards me. Even when I got my first real job, they didn't say a word of congratulations. When I told them about my marriage, it ended with an, okay. I knew they wouldn't come even if I invited them, so I decided to have no family members. Wait! It's not acceptable for the bride's parents not to attend the wedding. Well, it might be unusual, I guess, but my partner and his parents understood my situation. He knows about my family issues from the start. Well, a wedding without family sounds pitiful. I bet there aren't many guests. More like a funeral than a wedding, huh? Not at all. Even though my parents aren't here, lots of my colleagues and friends are. I actually feel blessed. I thought I'd be the first to get married. I'm disappointed you did too on the same day. It was insane, you know. When you suddenly came chasing me with scissors, shredding my dress, do you realize what you've done? You've done something really serious. As if I care. It's your fault. Having a reception at the same venue as mine, it's so confusing. It was just a pure coincidence. I had no idea. But cutting up the dress was mad. I mean, it was a rented dress, you know. Ugh, you're irritating. I didn't think it was a wedding dress. It's not my fault. Either way, your dress is torn up, so I guess your reception will be canceled, huh? Well, I'm off to have my lavish one in a lovely wedding dress with my darling. Enjoy wiping your tears of frustration with those dress scraps. Bye. How long are you going to ignore me? Lauren, answer me. What's up, Rachel? I've been calling you so many times. Why don't you pick up the phone? Sorry, I've been so busy I didn't get a chance to check my phone. Just took a break and saw a bunch of missed calls. So, what's the matter? It's a huge mess. My wedding got canceled because of you. Me? I thought you were having a lavish reception. I couldn't have one. It was suddenly called off. But why? My husband caught me in the act. You mean... Yeah, when I shredded your dress. I thought we were alone, but turns out he saw it. After that, when I returned to the hall, he told me the wedding was canceled. Oh, I see. It was really sudden, so we had to apologize to the guests, return gifts, and even apologize to the venue staff. It was chaos. It's all your fault. No way. That's not on me. You caused the trouble. So, is your husband still with you? No. He got mad and left ahead of me. He said he was going to talk to his parents at home and just left me here. Oh, that's tough. Your reception got canceled too, right? I mean, your dress was all torn up. I went ahead with my plan. How? I explained what happened to the bridal shop, and they let me borrow another dress. It was even more gorgeous than the one I had rented originally. My husband even complimented how beautiful I looked in it. You've got to be kidding me! I was worried about what would happen when you shredded my dress. But with everyone's blessing, it turned out to be an amazing night. This is so not fair! Huh? Here I am going through such a hard time with my canceled wedding, but you got to have yours. On top of that, you get to wear a better dress than the one you originally had. That's so unfair! It's all because of you, Rachel. If they hadn't been able to arrange a new dress, it would have been called off. God damn it! I wish I had chopped your hair off too. What craziness are you talking about? Anyway, I'm off to the after party now, so later. What have you done, Lauren? What now? He asked me for an annulment of marriage. He said he couldn't be married to a psychopath who'd shred her sister's dress. His parents even demanded we split up. Well, that's no surprise. It's all your fault. Not at all. I have to split the cancellation fees for the reception. Plus, your bridal shop's asking me to pay for the dress. Yeah, that's only fair, right? What? Why am I the only one treated like a wrongdoer? What else could you be? I'm the victim here. Because of you, not only did the wedding get canceled, but our marriage itself is done. I can't believe this. Just a little while ago, I was on cloud 9. Now I'm in the dumps. You know, it's a little late for regrets now. You should have known this would happen. I just wanted to teach a lesson to an audacious little sister who was trying to ruin my wedding. Annulment of marriage for shredding a dress seems a bit over the top. That kind of thinking is the problem. If anything, thanks to what you did, your husband realized your true colors. I don't know what to do. I'm being asked to pay nearly $100,000. I don't have a job. I can't afford that kind of money. You'll just cry to Dad, won't you? He and Mom always spoil you. They'll probably front that $100,000, won't they? Turns out, even they have had enough of me. Oh, wow. They said I disgraced the family, despite their efforts in introducing me to a respectable man. They're furious. They even told me not to step foot in their house anymore. Oh my God, they're surprisingly strict. My husband is from one of Dad's business partners. So now, it might cause trouble for the company. If his business suffers any losses, he wants me to take responsibility. Blaming you for the company's loss sounds a bit too much. But that's how mad he is, I guess. Hey, can you lend me some money? Huh? I'll work hard and pay you back. Why should I lend you money? I can't rely on Mom and Dad anymore. And ever since the wedding got canceled, relatives and friends have been cold to me. You're my only hope. No way, I can't. Why not? We're family, right? You say that now. You've always excluded me with Mom and Dad since we were kids. Only when you're in trouble do you turn to me. I apologize for the past. Let's patch things up from now on, okay? Anyway, I plan to claim compensation from you too. What the heck? Of course. I'm not the one to lend you money. I'm going to receive money from you. Wait, why do I have to pay you compensation? Because you chased me with scissors in your hand and shredded my dress, remember? But you weren't injured. It's absurd to demand compensation when there isn't even a scratch. Even so, attacking me and slashing at the dress is a serious offense. I could press charges, but since we're family, I'm trying to settle out of court without involving the authority. What do you think? Do you want to get the police involved? Oh no, please, not the police. But demanding money when I'm already struggling? That's too harsh, don't you think? You have a job, so you're financially comfortable, right? It makes no difference whatever situation you're in. I'm quitting my job, by the way. Oh, really? I plan to be a housewife from now on. A housewife? Why? You've always been so dedicated to your job. My husband is a CEO. Oh my God! He's the CEO of the company I work for. I thought it might be awkward for colleagues to still have me working there. Also, I've been focused on work all this time. I thought it would be nice to change. I'm planning to take good care of my busy husband as a wife. You're the wife of the CEO and a housewife? This is unacceptable. You're getting everything I want. You must have gotten married just to harass me. Absolutely not. Well, it might be tough for you from now on, but best of luck. I have to prepare for my honeymoon now. Bye. Wait! Help me, Lauren! Please, pick up the phone! After being kicked out of the house, Rachel started a live-in job. She had to take out loans to pay for the cancellation fees, the dress, and the compensation she owed me. Most of her paycheck is going toward repaying these debts. She lacks experience in the workforce, so she's worn out, getting scolded by her boss every day. Though she wants to quickly find someone, get married, and become a housewife, working from morning till night leaves no room for dating or finding a partner. It seems likely that she'll remain single for the rest of her life. Our parents are lamenting her failed marriage. They constantly fight, blaming each other for her becoming a fruitcake. It's the result of them spoiling her all this time. They're reaping what they sowed. On the other hand, after becoming a housewife, I'm leading a happy newlywed life in the home that was newly built at the same time as my marriage. Recently, I found out I'm expecting a baby. My husband and I are eagerly awaiting the arrival of our newest family member, nurturing our love amidst tranquil surroundings. Thanks to you guys, my dress is ruined. I'm definitely gonna make you pay for the dry cleaning. Also, I'm billing you for the travel expenses and hotel fees for dragging me out to this countryside. I cleared my schedule just to come to this stupid funeral. What's wrong with you people? Kicking me out? Seriously? Is it the time to worry about your dress? It's so insane that I can't even believe what happened. It was my dad's funeral today, you know. So what? Coming to a funeral in pure white dress with a tiara? What's going on in your head? And then laughing at us mourning for him? Seriously? Of course you get kicked out. What's wrong with laughing when I'm happy, huh? You're all secretly glad about getting your late father's insurance money, aren't you? You all look like fools pretending to cry. It's time to celebrate now that he's gone. You've got to be kidding me. It was wrong of me to invite you to the funeral just because you were my husband's sister. Please, don't ever get involved with us again. What? Oh, is this some resentment? Excuse me? You're jealous of my beauty because you're plain and unattractive, right? It's a miracle that you could marry my hot brother with your bottom-tier looks. It's not just you. Your whole family is plain and mundane. Even your late father was bottom-tier in looks. Having a glamorous beauty like me at the funeral must have been an honor for your dull and unattractive family. Among the group of gloomy attire, there was a beautiful me in a pure white dress. I think even your late father must have been pleased. He was someone who revered old customs and traditions. He would never be pleased about that. All the relatives were furious with you. We all wanted to peacefully and respectfully send him off. Wait, how old are you? Huh? How's that relevant? Just tell me. 28. 28? What's so funny about that? At that age, not grasping basic societal norms and being embarrassingly jealous? That's so lame. What the heck are you talking about? You're turning 30 this year, right? At your age, you turned up at a funeral dressed like it was a party and burst out laughing. You're the height of rudeness, don't you think? Don't you dare talk back to me, you orc! Listen carefully. It's a miracle that a dull and mundane family like yours got connected with our glamorous clan. The fact that someone like you was chosen by the handsome and highly educated Kai is truly a mystery. Well, it'll probably end in divorce soon. It was just a moment of confusion. Nope, we won't. He was actually appalled by your attire and behavior. He was the one apologizing to all our relatives for your extreme lack of manners on your behalf. Please don't include him in the same insensitive category as you. You will get divorced. No matter what he says, I'll end your marriage. You ordinary people should only serve as compliments to me and live as money-providing slaves. First things first, I'll bill you for my travel expenses and dry cleaning. Also, I'll add compensation for the insult you've directed toward me. Altogether, let's say 20,000. Huh? As the eldest daughter, you're inheriting your late father's estate, right? You should easily afford that much. I decline. Although I'll indeed inherit the estate, it's not like I can access it immediately. Even if I could, I wouldn't waste it on something as trivial as this. Trivial? If you think I'm trivial, what about the lives of you plain-looking people? Less than trash? Oh, wow. Digging your own grave there, huh? You're making no sense. Anyway, you mentioned dry cleaning. But you fell on your own in front of the funeral hall and splashed mud, right? Because you were wearing ridiculously high heels. It's your own fault. Are you jealous of my fabulous high heels? Your dull family even wears dull shoes, you know? That's why I can't stand plain Jane like you. It's about understanding the occasion, you know? Fine. Bark all you want for now. You'll be dumped by Kai soon. The day will come when you cry and apologize for mocking me. That's never gonna happen. Where does your confidence come from? It's just the natural order of things. Plain and ordinary families like yours are destined to be servants to glamorous families. I doubt such destiny exists. Oh, it does. I've never been wrong about anything. Sure. What if you're wrong? Then I'll beg your forgiveness on my knees. You won't take that statement back, will you? Why would I need to take it back? You'll regret this. I'll definitely get back at you. Yeah, right. You're the one who's going to regret it. You'll be sorry for crossing me, you dum-dum. Are you free now? Oh, Kai. Yeah, I have time. How's everything on your end? Not really going well. I just wanted to let you know I can't come back yet. Elodie's stubborn, huh? Well, considering her attitude at the funeral, I guess it's not surprising. Your relatives are still mad, right? I'm really sorry for putting you through all this. No, Kai, it's not your fault. They're still pretty upset, which is understandable. I told them that you rushed to your family's place to voice our protest. They're saying you're the only reasonable one among that airheaded family. I see. But it seems impossible to get Elodie to apologize directly. Even my parents are siding with her. No way. I didn't think your parents were that unreasonable. I only met them a few times, but I didn't get that impression. You know, we aren't blood-related siblings, right? She's my stepdad's daughter. He's always doted on her and never scolded her. Mom can't stand up to him. He's saying that attending the funeral alone was already commendable in the first place. So, criticizing the attire is incredibly narrow-minded. Apart from me, everyone else is defending her. That's rough. She did come for the funeral from far away, but it wasn't like she was forced. Just attending makes it respectable? That's not what funerals are about, right? Yeah, that's right. She apparently came not to pay respect to your dad, but just to try on the dress. That pure white dress? Yeah. I can't forgive her for ruining the funeral with such an intention. I told her to apologize to the family and the deceased. Then, she started saying absurd things like
She'll think about it if I get divorced or pay compensation.
She wants to break us up. She thinks that my unattractive family doesn't match up to someone as handsome as you. She said we should become servants to her after the divorce.
Geez, that's so nasty.
If we don't divorce, she said she'll beg for forgiveness on her knees.
Well then, she's definitely doing that. I'm not divorcing you, that's for sure.
I'm not worried about that. By the way, I'm curious about her dress.
What about it?
This is just my guess, but... Hey there, Plain Jane! Get over to this location right now. LOD? This is... Is it the wedding hall? Exactly! It's my wedding day! Your wedding? That's pretty sudden, isn't it? Yeah, but you can make it, right? I bet you ordinary folks have nothing better to do. I'm gathered with relatives to remember my dad. Oh, that's perfect! Bring all your unattractive people to my wedding. The more of them there are, the more the beautiful bride and groom stand out. But we can't make it. Everyone's saying it's too sudden. What's so funny? Once you hear this, you'll want to come. Kai isn't there, right? Right. He couldn't make it due to some unavoidable work matters. What about it? That's a lie. What? He's coming to my wedding as the groom. Groom? But aren't you guys siblings? That's absurd. We aren't blood related, so we can get married. A gorgeous couple is born. I'm more suitable for him than a plain Jane like you. But he wouldn't agree to something like that. There must be some mistake. You idiot! He obviously agrees with me. He was fooled by you, so I snapped him out of it. Then, he fell in love with me this time. What a sinful woman I am. Firstly, he's my husband. He can't just marry someone else. He's going to divorce you. From now on, you'll be my servant in my house. No, that's not true. You'll soon be dumped. And the day is coming when you cry and apologize for mocking me. Remember when I said that? See? It's happening! I can't believe this. Are you too shocked to accept it? But once you see the wedding, you'll have to, right? I'm inviting all you ordinary people, so come right away! Okay, got it. There are 10 of us here, and we'll head over there now. You're surprisingly cooperative now. It's good to gracefully accept defeat, you know. When you get here, kneel and apologize to me. And then, pay me 20,000. No, 50,000, including the overdue charges. If what you say is true and Kai leaves me, then I'll do that. But if you're wrong, then you'll kneel and pay me, right? Of course! I'll kneel or do whatever. Well, that's absolutely never gonna happen, though. What the heck is going on? Kai won't marry me. And what the heck were you guys wearing? It's mourning clothes. I know! I'm asking what the heck you were thinking. You wore a pure white dress at my dad's funeral. That was a wedding dress, right? So we dressed to match your standards. Only you and your parents were dressed up and stood out so much. What's the meaning of all this? Kai even changed into a gloomy-looking suit from a tux. On top of it all, security guards barged in with you guys and stopped the wedding. I was dumbfounded. They came in because the hall was being used without permission. To get me and Kai divorced, you threatened your acquaintance who worked there and snuck in. I can't believe that you tried to marry your brother, even though you guys aren't blood related. It's way out of line and almost laughable. Don't you realize it's crazy to think it would work out? But I can't stand to think that he's taken by a plain Jane like you. Even about your dad's funeral, he didn't take my side. He wouldn't listen to me when I told him to divorce you. So I had no choice but to take him by force. He seemed enthusiastic about it until midway through. That was just an act. He just played along with you to make you pay for your sins. What sins? I haven't done anything wrong. Sure, your behavior at my dad's funeral was inappropriate, but it's not enough to report you to the authorities. But now, there's a clear charge of illegal entry into the venue. Look who's talking! You're acting so high and mighty after deceiving me. Kai's in on it too. This is awful. He took the toughest role for me. He agreed to do it because he felt responsible for the trouble you caused at the funeral. This scheme has been in progress for 3 months now. What do you mean? The pure white dress and extravagant tiara you wore at my dad's funeral, that was a wedding dress, right? It was a simple design compared to traditional dresses. But these days, many people opt for less poofy ones at weddings. Even if the design is unorthodox, anyone familiar with fabrics would know. How would you know that? I'm a designer. I'm an expert when it comes to fabric and style, so don't underestimate me. What? A plain face like yours? A designer? That can't be true. Only in your dreams. I don't know what you're confused with, but face doesn't matter for being a designer. I'm not a model, you know. Wait, isn't a model and a designer the same thing? What? Models walking in shows wear the clothes they designed, don't they? So only beautiful people can become designers. Well, most designers wear the clothes they designed and come out at the end of a fashion show. Generally, designers and models are different. Appearance doesn't matter to be a designer. Really? I didn't know that. I'm dumbfounded by your ignorance so much that I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, you've been oddly money hungry since my dad's funeral. You were collecting money for a wedding, right? But because I didn't give it to you, you took over the venue today and went ahead with an illegal guerrilla wedding. Considering the dress incident and your desire for money, I knew you planned to marry soon. But I never expected it to turn out like this. It's a surprise. You figured out my plans? Then why go through this complicated way? You should have stopped me sooner. The ceremony was botched midway, and now the hall is demanding compensation. They threatened to file charges against me if the full payment wasn't made. Even Kai told me not to talk to him again and blocked me on the phone. It's your fault. You and your entire dull family. Take responsibility. No, you should be the one to kneel and apologize. You promised to do so, right? I brought my dad's portrait. Kneel in front of it and apologize. What? Absolutely not! I refuse. You will kneel. I went through all this trouble, bringing the entire family here. Don't you understand why? What do you mean? I want to enjoy watching you distraught. You simply getting arrested would have been fine, but it would not have been enough for the furious relatives. The more you suffer, the happier they will be. And Dad will rest easier now. Why are you doing this? I said I'd get back at you, didn't I? Fine, I'll kneel, so give Kai back. He isn't yours. He's a stranger to you now. He's my brother, and he's supposed to be my husband. All of us, including Kai, will disassociate from you from now on. So, goodbye. She knelt before my relatives and Dad's portrait and apologized. She promised never to get involved with us again. However, the compensation for using the venue is a different matter. They sued her and demanded a hefty sum. She couldn't afford it and pleaded with her parents. The sheer amount and the seriousness of the situation pushed the limit of her normally kind father, and he finally exploded in anger. Her mother too couldn't keep quiet this time, and they both ended up giving cold shoulders to her. She's currently working day and night, struggling even to the point of losing weight to pay off the hefty debt. Hey Cassidy, I've been texting you, but why no response? Hello? Come on, Cassidy. Sorry, Sandy. Just got back from work. No way. I didn't know you were working. Why not? 'Cause you're married? Is working a bad thing? Poor you. Why? You must be so poor that you both have to work to make a living. It's not like that. Being a child care worker has been my dream since I was a kid. I enjoy my job and have no plans to quit. Always putting a tough front, huh? But seeing all those messages during the day, it seems you're not working. Still living off our parents? Rude! I do part-time work, you know. But that part-time job doesn't pay enough for you to be independent, right? I'm living at home, so I don't need to hustle that much. Mom and Dad are still working, so even if I don't, we can still eat. I don't see the point of getting a real job. So you help out with housework, right? Mom does it all. Wow, seriously? If you keep depending on them, it's gonna be you in trouble if something happens to them. Oh, please. They're both still in their 60s. They're fine. I spoke to Mom on the phone the other day. She mentioned wanting to get you out of the house soon. She thinks that spoiling you won't do you any good. What? This is the first time I hear about this. You were born when Mom and Dad were already in their 40s, so you've been doted on since you were little. That's why you've turned into such a selfish adult. Mom regrets not being stricter with you. Jeez, so mean of her to say that. I'm their jewel, so they should look after me forever. You're terrible. Turning 25 and yet you're neither working or helping at home, but just drifting around. But you know what? I'm actually moving out. Oh, really? You've finally decided to be independent? I'm getting married! Wow, congratulations. Finally, no more leaning on Mom and Dad, huh? They must be relieved now. I've won! You won what? My fiancé is the next CEO. So, a future life of luxury is practically guaranteed for me. Quite different from you, who'll have to keep working even after marriage. Sigh. How about that? Feeling envious? No, not really. I don't recall competing with you, so it doesn't bother me. But you see, I never want to lose to you. Even though I'm way better looking, it was so frustrating for me when you got married first. I'm not satisfied unless I'm better than you in everything. Okay. But this time, I've won. His family owns the company, and his dad is the current CEO. He's set to take over as the eldest son soon, so I'll be the wife of the CEO. It's like a dream come true. Where did you meet him? I met him at a singles mixer. There's a bit of an age gap, but he listens to everything I say and is so sweet. He's been so busy with his work that he hasn't had a chance to meet anyone. He said, "I'm a really lucky guy to marry such a young and pretty girl." I see. Well, for a plain Jane like you, getting picked by a wealthy guy is an experience you'd never have. I wouldn't be so sure about that, you know. Once I'm married, I plan to be a stay-at-home wife. Since I'll be taken care of by the CEO of a company, I won't have to work, and I'll be set for life. How about that? Jealous? Not at all. Why not? Because I actually enjoy working. I've never even thought about wanting to be a stay-at-home wife. I see. Understood. What? I bet your husband's not making that much money. That's why you're acting tough, saying you enjoy working. But in truth, you're desperate, right? I'm not. Seriously. I genuinely love my job. What's the fun in a demanding job like childcare worker? Sure, it can be tough at times, but I love kids. And my husband isn't on a low salary. Don't make assumptions about him without even meeting him. Oops, my bad. Come to think of it, I've only seen him in photos. But when I think about a guy who wanted to marry you, I can only picture some regular white-collar worker. You pulled the sickie and ditched my wedding at the last minute, remember? Mom and Dad were so disappointed. I had my reasons. I just couldn't bear to see you looking so happy on your wedding day. But hey, I'll invite you to my wedding. Bring your husband along, okay? Let's see the contrast between the high-class and low-class couples. Sure, whatever. Looking forward to it. Cassidy, my wedding's coming up soon. You'll be there, right? Oh yeah, it's in a week, isn't it? Of course, I won't miss it. Are you texting me just to make sure? No, I wanted to give you a warning before the wedding. Warning? About what? Please don't embarrass me. What do you mean? Like, don't roll up to the venue in a beat-up pickup truck or something. It'll be so embarrassing, so don't, okay? What are you talking about? You've always been blasé about your appearance and belongings, right? Remember when you had that old beat-up car and wore whatever clothes jumped out at you first? That was back when I was a broke student, you know. Aren't you still kind of broke? I'm going to be the future CEO's wife. If his family finds out my older sister's struggling financially, it'll be so awkward. I get it. I'm aware of the rules of the game, so relax. But don't stress too much about it. Huh? I'm feeling quite bad for you. I'm sorry for making you spend money to attend my wedding. It must be tough to get an outfit and shoes sorted, right? Not really. My fiancé got me a designer wedding dress. But for you, a cheap dress from Shein will do just fine. Don't worry about that. I have a couple of formal dresses, thanks to my husband's work-related events. Events? You've never been to such a thing in your life. Blatantly making up stuff?
I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah, sure. You're just really annoyed that I'm going to be the future CEO's wife, aren't you?
Not really.
Well, you just keep living in poverty forever. I can totally picture you stomping your feet in frustration while witnessing my gorgeous bridal look. It's gonna be priceless. Hey, I need to ask you something.
Yeah? What's up? Your wedding is about to start. Is it okay for the bride to be texting now?
Whatever. I want to know what's up. I heard someone who looked like you and your husband arrived in a Mercedes. On top of it, neither of you was driving. Did your friend give you guys a ride?
Oh, that was our private driver.
A driver?
Well, you mentioned not wanting your in-laws to think I was poor, right?
I did say that, but...
You said it'd be embarrassing to roll up in a beat-up pickup truck because they'd be appalled.
Right. But there's a limit to everything, you know. You must have paid a luxury car service. But seriously, that's way too much. Are you trying to mess with me?
I didn't arrange that. It's been routine for us to have a driver when we go out together, ever since I got married.
No way! Stop joking around. Your husband isn't as wealthy as mine.
He actually is.
What?
He didn't show any signs of it when we first met. I was genuinely surprised when I visited his family. He comes from a long line of landowners and runs a real estate business.
Landowner?
Yeah, everyone in his family is wealthy, and of course, their family home is a mansion. I thought I wasn't good enough to marry into that family, but it turns out they're down to earth and welcoming despite their status. They embraced me, so I decided to marry him. It's a tight-knit family, and I'm incredibly happy now.
I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me? Mom and Dad never mentioned anything like that.
They probably chose not to tell you on purpose.
Why not?
Because they know how competitive you are. They worried you'd do something out of jealousy if you found out.
You're kidding! I thought I finally had one up on you. Even if my husband's the future CEO, he drives a domestic car himself. There's no way he can compete with someone who has a personal driver.
Whether he's rich or not, it doesn't determine who's winning or losing, you know?
Huh! You're probably mocking me as a poor person deep down.
Why would you even think that way? I didn't marry him because he's rich. I just happened to fall for someone who happens to be affluent.
Ugh! It's so annoying. I shouldn't have invited you to my wedding.
It's a bit late to say that now. Oh, by the way, I heard your husband's business is a family-run company.
Wait, what?
I bumped into some of your hubby's relatives in the lobby earlier. They told me quite a bit. Sounds like your father-in-law runs a small construction company.
A small construction company?
Don't tell me you didn't know. It's been running since your husband's grandfather's time. They've run it with only family members, not hiring employees. I heard that your mother-in-law is currently in charge of accounting and other administrative tasks.
What? Hold on. What do you mean it's just the family?
Oh my God, you didn't know any of it?
I didn't know it was a family business. All I knew was that his dad was running the company.
So you didn't check anything before?
But when someone says they run a business, you'd imagine there are like
1,000 employees, and the CEO sits in a fancy office, right? Unfortunately, it sounds like it's just a family working there. From what the relatives said, your in-laws intend for you to join the company after marriage to learn the ropes. What? I haven't been told about that. Geez, you decided to marry without knowing anything. I was supposed to be a classy full-time homemaker, married to the future company CEO, not some office clerk in a tiny company. Even so, it's a family business. If your husband's supposed to take over from his dad as the CEO, wouldn't you end up doing accounting like your mother-in-law? No way! I'm terrible at math. I just suck at working in the first place. If you're not happy, why not talk to him and your in-laws about it? What am I going to do? I'm starting to regret this whole thing. This is far from what I had expected. Anyway, don't you need to get ready? The ceremony's starting soon, isn't it? Cassidy, I don't want to marry him after all. Is there any way to call off the wedding right now? What? Are you insane? We've already got a lot of guests gathered here. Canceling it now is totally out of the question. Can't we come up with some excuse, like saying the bride suddenly felt ill or something, and cancel it? Pulling a sickie again? I don't want to go through with this. I've never heard of anyone faking an illness for their wedding. Besides, didn't you decide to marry him because you love him? Even if things don't go exactly as planned, isn't overcoming them together what marriage is about? I decided to marry for an elegant lifestyle as a CEO's wife. If it meant hustling in a family-run business, I wouldn't have chosen that old man. That's quite disrespectful to him, you know. I should probably head inside now. Let's cut the chat here. I'm looking forward to seeing you in your wedding dress. Wait! Cassidy! I can't do this! It wasn't supposed to be like this! Guess what? I want an annulment. Jeez, you just had your wedding yesterday. What are you talking about? I can't take it! I should never have gone through with it! You were looking upset the whole time, even though you were supposed to be the star of the show. Of course I was grumpy! My whole life's been thrown off track. Wait, are you still bothered by joining your in-laws' company? If you really don't want to, just explain your reasons and decline. It's not like you made any promises to them before marriage. I didn't, but they're not the type to listen to my opinions. What happened? After the wedding, my in-laws told me I had to join the company right away. I also have to move in with them. Oh, so besides taking over the company, you're also expected to live together? We planned to live just the two of us. We had found an apartment, but they forced us to cancel the lease. Before the wedding, they were nice to me and never mentioned living together. Now, they've both become strict like they're different people. They say, I'm married into their family, so I must obey what they say. Even my husband now insists that the wife should follow the husband's family. Oh no, the whole family holds old-fashioned values. Everything feels completely different now. Was I deceived? My husband used to agree with all my wishes before we got married. What in the world did I do? They probably acted nice because they were desperate to find a wife. So, they were all acting? Most likely. How old is your husband now? He's almost 40. Perhaps he had trouble finding a partner due to his work and parents. Amidst that, your readiness to marry just because he's the successor might have been attractive to him. No way! Normally, You'd ask about the other person's job and parents before getting married. But all you could think of was that being the CEO meant being rich. You accepted his proposal before you tried to get to know him well enough, right? I'm sure he must have been grateful for your presence as he was in a rush. What the heck? It's like I fell into a trap. I wouldn't say it's a trap exactly. While it's terrible that they're pressuring you to live with them and join their company after the wedding, you're also at fault for not properly evaluating your partner before deciding to marry. Then, I'm divorcing him right away. Give me your husband. What? What nonsense are you talking about? I want to marry a wealthy guy. Being wealthy doesn't mean anyone will do, right? At this point, it doesn't matter. I just want to escape from them. I'm tired of being bossed around by these old-fashioned people. And you want my husband in exchange for that? Why not? I'll give you mine in return. You can't just trade husbands like objects. It's not fair that you got what I want. You've found a wealthy husband and live a high life. I want a personal chauffeur with a Mercedes too. We're sisters, so share some happiness with me. You've found the next CEO as your husband, haven't you? You got blessings from many people at your wedding. Do your best and be happy. I won't! I can't be happy! Why am I the only one facing this? I just wanted to marry a wealthy man. I haven't done anything wrong. It seems like payback for looking down on and judging others for being poor. I'm going out to dinner with my husband now. Later. Wait, Cassidy! I'm sorry for saying you're poor. Please, don't abandon me. Sandy started living with her husband and in-laws. She also began working at their company, leaving her with no time to rest, caught up in household chores and work. Her mother-in-law's guidance was so strict that it bordered on bullying, and she couldn't tolerate it anymore. She brought up the topic of divorce with her husband, but he just dismissed it. Her in-laws scolded her, saying, "Divorce? Don't make a fuss over such trivial matters." Leaving that family anytime soon seems impossible. Undoubtedly, she deeply regrets marrying for money. As for me, I'm surrounded by a loving husband and his family, doing a job I find fulfilling and enjoying happy days. What's more, we recently found out that a new life is growing inside me. Right now, my family and I are eagerly anticipating the birth of our baby.
Daniel, where are you? Hurry up and come home. I'm at the grocery. I told you, right? How come you're taking so long? No, that's not important right now. I'm having contractions. I need to go to the hospital, so I need you to drive me. Come home right now. Oh, I can't. Why not? I mean, don't lie to me about contractions. You're still 10 days away from your due date. Maybe you ate something bad that upset your stomach. Normal stomach pains and labor pains are totally different. The due date is just an estimate. It doesn't mean I will have the baby on the exact date. It could be any day now. Oh, maybe you noticed. Noticed what? I don't know what's going on, but please drive me to the hospital. The contractions stopped now, but I don't know when it's going to hit again. I need to get to the hospital as soon as possible. Oh, well, I guess I'll just have to tell you now that you've found out. About what? Hey, whatever. Just come home now. I'm about to have a baby. I can't. I'm on vacation with my ex-wife. What? Well, I'm still waiting for her, but our hearts are already traveling together. Your ex-wife, Marie? Yes. I can't go back because I'm already on the train. So there's no point in lying to get my attention. I'm not lying. I mean, aren't you the one lying? You say you'll go to the grocery quickly.
It's your fault for believing me. I'll be back in a week or so. We'll discuss the divorce then. If you've already made up your mind, there are divorce papers in the safe with my signature on them. Bye.
You stupid man! You left Zoe in labor and went on a trip with your ex-wife? Are you serious?
What, sis?
Her parents live far away, and you're the one who has to be there for her. What the hell are you thinking? Come back here right now. When I get back, I'm going to scold you a lot for being such a stupid husband.
No, what are you thinking? I haven't heard from you in a while, but you've been fooled by Zoe's lies.
What?
Oh well. I know you're good friends with Zoe, who is also your coworker at work, so understandably you'd believe her. But you should calm down first, so that you'll be able to see through lies like I can.
What the hell are you talking about? I was there for the birth you were supposed to be there for.
What?
There's no lie, no matter what you think. Are you trying to tell me that there's something wrong with my eyes?
What? It was true? She gave birth?
Yes, about 2 hours ago.
What? Now I can divorce more easily.
What? What are you talking about?
I mean, she's 10 days ahead of her due date. This is confirmed by the fact that the baby has a different father.
What?
If she was cheating on me, then she can't complain about me getting back together with Marie. Yes, it's settled. I mean, it's her fault for cheating on me first. Before you complain about me, you should take a look at what she's doing.
Are you serious?
Because it's 10 days. 10 days early.
It is normal.
What? No way. I think 10 hours is normal. But 10 days? That's not normal at all.
Zoe showed me the conversation with you, but I didn't think you were this stupid.
What? I don't get it.
To begin with, Marie's already...
Oh, Marie's here now. Well then, bye.
Daniel, wait! Hi, Zoe. How are you? Hi, sis. Everything is good. I'm fine, and so is my son. That's good to hear. Can I have a minute to talk? Sure. Is it about Daniel? Yeah, I'm sorry. So it turns out, is it true that he's with his ex-wife? Well, it's something I can't really say yet. At least in my mind, it's unthinkable that Marie and stupid Daniel getting back together. Is there a reason? You know that I know Marie for a long time, right? Yeah, I heard that you used to hang out with her since you were teenagers. That's how Daniel met her, and they ended up getting married. So he told you about everything. That's weird. Hahaha. Well, it's a similar story to us, so I think that's why it came up in the conversation. I'm really sorry about my stupid brother. No, it's okay. So for me, it's possible that his feelings for Marie came back and he's trying to get back together with her. No matter how much he wants to get back, Marie has her own reasons, you know? Own reasons? I still have her number. It's not as much as it used to be, but we're still getting in touch sometimes. So I know that Marie has remarried. Oh, she married too? Yeah, she told me they didn't have a wedding ceremony, just a registry. But the guy she got married to is, what? Oh no, I'm sorry. I should get back to work. Oh, you were at work? Thank you for checking on me. No problem. Anyway, it's a long story, so I'll visit you after work today. I don't want you to get sick by telling you too uncomfortable a story. It seems like my foolish brother is getting what he deserves on his own, so I will explain to you later. Is that so? Okay. Zoe, please. Please say that we're a very loving couple. You don't think I'm thinking of getting back together with Marie, do you? Please. You're not thinking of divorcing me, right? Zoe!
Zoe, it's an emergency. What? Jenny, I thought you were at work. I just left work early and I'm in a cab. What happened? You said Daniel left the divorce papers and went on a trip, right? Yes, that's what happened. I'm sorry, but can you tell me the PIN number of the safe it's in? Oh, a safe is just a box that's decorated like that, but it's not locked, so... Well, I have to use the key you gave me the other day to get into the house to take out the divorce papers. Okay, but what's going on? You should divorce Daniel immediately. What? Immediately? You mean right now? Do you mean today? Yes! I have to run in before the office closes. I just got a call from Marie saying that her husband and his men caught Daniel doing a stalker thing. Stalker? I guess they didn't get back together after all. But he told me he's traveling with Marie. Well, Marie posted online about her trip with her current husband. He thought she was talking about him. Seriously? It seems he didn't know about Marie's remarriage, but even so, his misunderstanding is too much. But still, it seems like a lot is going on, suddenly recommending me to get a divorce? And who are Marie's husband and his men? So they went on a trip with his men? What kind of person she is? I'm sure you'll understand if you hear the truth. It's a bit of a long story. I'll tell you later. Anyhow, she mentioned that things are likely to get complicated from now on, and she suggested to cut ties with him today. What do you think? Well, I had already considered that a divorce was inevitable, so I figured the timing was the only thing left. If you're saying today is the right time, then yes. Good. Well, I'll take the divorce papers and head to the hospital right away. We'll talk about the details then. Oh, and if Daniel says anything to you, don't respond until I get there. Got it.
Hey, you haven't replied to me at all since then, but we're a happy and loving couple, right? It's really just a coincidence that I saw Marie, right?
We're already divorced.
What?
You left the divorce papers that you had already filled out. You also told me that I should just get it over with. So I submitted the papers thinking, okay, now we'll never be able to go back to the way we were. Did I do something wrong? I did just as you said.
Wait. Right now, you're still in the hospital, right? How could you submit divorce papers?
My lawyer submitted it for me.
Really?
I've already heard about the trouble that happened over there.
Do you already know? What? Who told you? Marie? No, I'm sure she doesn't know your contact information.
I don't know. Who do you think? But that doesn't matter anymore. You and I are strangers now, so please don't drag me into this.
No way.
Goodbye.
I screwed up. No. Sis, why didn't you tell me that Marie has remarried and that her new husband was a gang leader? If I had known, I wouldn't have done this.
I tried to tell you. You got carried away and didn't listen to me. Well, it's your fault for stalking her. Karma served you.
Oh no.
I mean, how can you message me?
They said it was my last chance. They said they'd go easy on me if I could get at least 2 of my relatives, or one of them, to care about me.
You need to be hurt once and for all.
Sis, wait a minute. If you say that for real, they're gonna hurt me. You're just gonna let me die?
Well, don't worry, they won't take your life.
Oh, really? Yeah, these days they won't just take your life like that.
Really?
Well, I don't know if that's true. Maybe they don't care as long as you're alive? Maybe it's worse than having your life taken away?
What? Wait, don't say those disturbing words after reassuring me. I mean, you and Marie are still in contact, right? I'm your brother. Can you stop them as a sister?
Oh, please, I will cut off ties with you.
What?
Well then.
Are you kidding me? Sis!
A few days later, the alimony and child support for my child were transferred to my account. According to my sister-in-law, she had just transferred the entire amount of Daniel's savings, plus the severance payment and contribution from her. She said it was not so-called dirty money. I trust my sister-in-law, so I decided to use this money gratefully. And there was a follow-up report saying that Daniel had been quite beaten up. He seems certain that he had made an enemy of terrible people. It seems that they have arranged for him to find employment overseas, so he won't appear in front of us ever again. I don't know the full story, but I will try my best to raise my child on my own. Ah, you are the worst. You are the worst kind of sister-in-law. You have a bad personality. Hey, answer me. What? What's wrong? What's wrong? Are you serious? It really sucks. I'm embarrassed because of you. What? What happened? I don't have any reason to suddenly be called the worst sister-in-law. So you're gonna pretend that you don't know? I was the only one who couldn't get into the movie theater. If you had picked up the phone earlier, I might have gotten in just in time. What does a movie have to do with me? You went to the movies with your friends today, right? It's about the movie ticket you gave me before. I couldn't use it because it was expired. Don't give me something I can't use. You gave it to me on purpose to embarrass me. So that's why I'm saying you have a bad personality. Movie tickets. I don't remember giving a ticket for you. Anyway, come here for a minute. I can't get into the movie if you don't let me in. Why don't you just pay and go in? I didn't bring my wallet because I'm just going to see the movie today. I have a ticket and I didn't think I needed it. Hey, just come on. It's your fault, so take responsibility and pay. This kind of harassment really sucks, okay? It sucks, huh? What are you laughing at? Come on, hurry up. Kath, did you think I didn't notice anything? Huh? What? Every time I go to your house or you come over here, I know you've been going through my bag. I even keep a record of everything you take with you. What? Really? By the way, that ticket is also something you stole from me, right? The one for the movie you said you wanted to see? I thought you would use it without checking it. What? What's that? I went to the trouble of preparing a fake ticket and made you steal it. My husband didn't believe you were stealing my stuff. I didn't think you'd contact me to provide evidence. What? So you set me up? Yes, I set you up. You fell for it and admitted that you stole it. That went really well. That's the worst. That's impossible. I just borrowed it for a bit. I haven't had it back in over 2 years. If you learn from this, don't go through people's bags again. Shut up, old lady. Don't lecture me, you idiot. Remember that the next time you come back. I can't stand it just handing me a fake ticket. On top of that, you're setting me up with this kind of in-your-face nonsense. I knew it. You're the worst kind of shitty person. I would have forgiven you if you'd apologized. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm going to report everything you've done up until now, to your father and mother. What? My parents have nothing to do with this. You are still a teenager who goes to school. They have a lot to do with it. I'm your sister-in-law, but you're still a stranger to me. If you steal from someone else, just apologize. This is common sense. Your parents said that if you steal from me again, they will make you quit high school. Huh? Don't be selfish. Hey, please, just let it go. I'm your sister-in-law. It's just a family quarrel. Quitting high school? It's too big a deal. You're a thief. I don't want a thief in my family. I've never considered you my sister. You're lucky I don't call the police. Oh, come on. You're not really going to let me quit high school, are you? I'm on my way home now, so wait a minute. I've waited long enough. I'll show no mercy, so be prepared. Sis, answer me. Sis.
Hey, Lilia. I heard you spent $130,000 on your wedding. That humble Lilia is really going for it, huh?
Oh, how do you know?
I heard it directly from your fiancé. I didn't expect my middle school friend to have such a luxurious wedding. That's amazing.
What do you mean directly from? I never introduced him to you, did I?
Actually, I met him at a restaurant yesterday. It was a corporate party for clients. Your fiancé Joseph was one of them.
Oh, really?
Small world, isn't it? He was the most handsome man there. And he's so popular in our office. He told us he was getting married, and then he showed us a picture of his girl, and it was you. What a surprise.
So people at your office really like him. That's great.
Oh, yes. His family owns a company in town, right? He's good-looking and his family is successful. How can he not get a lot of attention? I wonder why he chose someone like you.
Is there a problem?
I don't think you're good enough for Joseph. He's good-looking and he seems like he's always in the center of attention with the ladies. You have always been the more reserved type. Now you wear makeup and dress nicely, but still a little plain. You are not hot enough to satisfy a man like him.
What's wrong with my looks? Aren't you being a bit too harsh?
I'm telling you because we're friends. I'm sure everyone thinks the same about you. Isn't it better to be told in the face than have everyone whisper behind your back?
I'd rather not be told in my face.
Oh, is that so? Well, whatever.
What?
I'm just so jealous of you. I can't believe you're marrying the CEO's son. Joseph told me you'll be a housewife after you get married.
Yes, kind of. We'll move back to his hometown and I'll help with his father's business. Joseph's mother has already passed away, so his father lives by himself. We'll live with him and I'll work at his company.
Wow, you're going to live with your father-in-law?
It'll be tough until I get used to it, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
So, it means you'll live with Joseph and his father. 2 men and 1 woman in the same home. I imagine your father-in-law would rather live with a more attractive daughter-in-law, wouldn't he? Wouldn't he want to see a beautiful woman every day?
What do you mean by that? I don't quite understand what you are talking about.
Okay, I've decided. I'll be Joseph's wife.
What? You?
Living with his mother would have been a different story, but if it's only his father, it shall be a piece of cake. In fact, I'd be pampered because I'd be the only woman in the house. I'd love to be spoiled by the CEO and his son who has a bright future.
Hold on. What the hell are you talking about, Sophia?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't like it when you told me you'd be getting married. I didn't get why you'd be getting married before me.
I didn't know you felt like that.
Not only that, Joseph shows a lot of promise as a business person. You're lucky. That's not fair. I want him, so I'm going to steal him away from you.
Sophia, do you know what you're saying? What the hell are you thinking?
Are you really planning to take him away from me? You should be thankful that I'm letting you know ahead of time. He'll be mine soon. What? I bet he'll have a crush on me in no time, but no matter how this ends, don't hate me. Joseph, I'm sorry to bother you at work, but I want to ask you something. Did you exchange numbers with anybody at the party last night? Did you give your phone number to any woman?
Yeah, why?
I was wondering if you met someone named Sophia there.
Oh, yeah. She was the first person I exchanged numbers with. I thought we'd be talking about business transactions in the near future.
Oh, you're already connected. That's okay, but can you please stay away from her outside of work? Apparently, she has a thing for you.
Huh?
Well, Sophia and I have been friends since middle school, but just a minute ago, she told me she wants to steal you away from me.
Did she really say that?
Yes. I understand you'll see her in meetings and stuff, but can you not talk with her in private at least? Just keep your distance from her.
I didn't know she was interested in me. I kind of thought she was talking to me a little closely. Now I get it.
I think she was trying to get your attention.
Literally, her face was so close to me and she leaned up against me. My heart was pounding.
Her move was that obvious?
So she was hitting on me. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna break up with you and go for her. It's over between us.
What?
I can't believe a hottie like Sophia has a crush on me. She's my type and I've been thinking about her since that night.
Joseph, listen. Why do you want to break up now?
Lilia, she's far more attractive than you. Of course, any man would choose her over you.
Seriously?
What's the problem? You marry the person you love the most, right?
Yes. Isn't that me? We've even booked the wedding venue, and it's only 2 months away.
I certainly had feelings for you, but I never really loved you. You were more like a person who would be suitable as a wife.
Excuse me?
You know I'm going to take over my dad's business eventually, right? I was looking for someone who would move there with me and willingly live with my dad and do the housework for us. In other words, I just wanted a woman who would do as I say.
Are you saying that I was that woman?
Yeah, that's why I chose to marry you, even though you're not attractive at all.
Unbelievable.
But you know, I want to stay in New York. I don't really want to take over his company. I want to keep my amazing lifestyle here. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
His company is somewhat big, but it's just located in the middle of nowhere, and it's not a cool company. I don't really want to work there.
But your dad is looking forward to having you there again. You said he was so happy we were getting married.
I want to live my own life, Lilia. Instead of living with you in the countryside, I'd rather marry somebody hot and live here in the city.
Huh?
My heart is set now. I'm sorry, but you have to break up with me. I want to marry Sophia.
Wait a minute. This is insane. We can't just break up like this. It's not that simple. We've booked the venue, right? We'll have to cancel it and also let our guests know.
Oh crap. Can you please deal with it?
What?
Anyway, I'm going to go call Sophia. I hope she'll go out with me. Maybe I should make a reservation at a fancy restaurant now. Haha.
Oh my god. Don't make me deal with this crap. If you're breaking up with me in such a terrible way, you should at least take responsibility.
Terrible way? I don't think so.
Huh?
You're not my type. Why is it my fault? If you were more my type, I wouldn't have eyes for Sophia.
Are you kidding me? Are you saying it's my fault you're dumping me?
Yeah.
I feel bad about canceling our engagement, but you were lucky to be my fiancé, even for a short while. I treated you well.
Excuse me?
You can throw all my stuff out. I don't care. See ya. I hope you'll find the right person.
Lilia, thank you for breaking up with Joseph. Thanks to you, we're getting married now. I wanted to let you know we are having the ceremony today. Oh, a wedding ceremony? Did you forget what day today was? Today was supposed to be your big day with Joseph.
I know. Don't tell me you're getting married today just to insult me.
Oh, Lilia, stop it. We didn't want to waste the fancy venue.
Aha.
Well, we had a great idea. Instead of canceling everything, we decided to go through with the ceremony on the same day.
What?
We called the hall right away to ask them not to cancel it and just change the bride's name.
You're kidding me.
Don't you think it's better to have a wedding rather than cancel everything? Anyway, we're not going to waste the $130,000. We'll make the best of it.
Whatever. This is insane. Honestly, I'm just speechless. You are so rude.
Don't be shocked.
Huh?
That reminds me, there's no need for you to give us a gift or anything. After all, you paid for our wedding. We really appreciate it.
What do you mean I paid for it? There's no way I'm paying for it.
We didn't ask you to pay, but it's all under your name.
I don't understand.
You paid for it, didn't you? Joseph told you he'd pay half later, right?
Yes, he said that. I definitely paid in advance.
As I said, we didn't cancel the reservation, so our wedding has already been paid for. By the way, Joseph said he wouldn't pay you back after all.
Well, we'll see about that.
Thanks for everything. I'll enjoy the fancy wedding you couldn't have.
Hey, Sophia. Just to let you know, I held a wedding ceremony there yesterday.
What?
Are you sure you still have your booking? I don't think the payment is under my name.
I don't get it. What's going on? You got married here? With whom?
I didn't get married. My mom got remarried. She had a reception with Joseph's dad there.
What the hell? Your mother and his father? That's nonsense.
I know it's crazy.
Wait a minute. I'm so confused. What's going on here? Joseph is beside me and he's shocked too. Were they even dating?
Not really, but I guess they were more than just friends. Apparently, it was love at first sight.
Oh, really?
She is a single mother, and he didn't have a partner either. Looks like they really hit it off on the day we all met. At first, they were reluctant to make a move because they thought it'd be weird to start a relationship like that. But since Joseph broke off his engagement to me, they were able to talk about how they felt about each other.
And they decided to have a life together?
Yes, they thought about their situations and decided to get married. I still had a booking, so they had the ceremony at the venue where Joseph and I were planning to. My mom doesn't like to waste money or time, and his dad agreed with her. Haha.
What?
It seemed like a great idea. His dad said he would pay me back, and he paid me right away.
$130,000?
I called the venue, and fortunately, they made an exception for us. We had to rearrange the date, though. Anyway, it was such a beautiful wedding.
What about us? Your mother and Joseph's father had their ceremony here. Then who paid for ours?
I don't know. There must be a new reservation.
What?
Looks like you'll have to pay for it yourself. I'm not going to pay even a penny.
Oh my god! I've been cut off from my father. He said he'll never let me take over his business either.
Good for you. You can stay in New York, your favorite place.
Stop it. He has cut me off. He's not going to send me any money anymore. I don't care about his company, but I didn't expect him to cut me off.
He used to send you money?
Yes. I used to get $5,000 from him every month. I told him I made good money, but the rent was extremely expensive here. So he helped me out financially.
Pathetic. I can't believe that.
He's never left his town, so he doesn't know how I live here. It was easy to fool him. He spoiled me because he was happy I'd take over his business eventually. But now, I got caught in all the lies. I won't get help from him anymore. I'm in deep crap.
You're such a jerk. I had no idea. I'm glad we broke up.
Shut up. In a way, we are still connected. Your mother and my dad are married. It means you are my stepsister, doesn't it? As my stepsister, give me a hand with this family issue.
No thanks. I'm ready to disown you. Don't call me ever again.
What?
You deserve this. Bye. Our wedding really sucked. They said we had to pay for it all. As you said, they made a new booking for us. When we looked at the package, it was under our names. You should have known. We have to pay for it, and Joseph is not going to be the CEO. It's terrible. This is not what I expected. It doesn't matter. You're stuck with the bill, and you're married, so you're stuck with him now, too. There's no way we can afford it. We're broken. You must have some money. Joseph was going to pay for half the expenses. I'm sure he has at least $65,000 somewhere. Besides, his dad used to send him money every month. That's the thing. He's spent it all. That's why he doesn't have any money. Oh. He's used up all of his income and the money from his dad. That's why he has no savings. You're joking, right? He always told me he had plenty of savings. He told me we split the costs 50-50. He didn't want you to know he was broken. He was going to borrow money from someone. That's why he asked you to pay for it all at first. Oh, I see. I didn't know he was such a big spender. He's a good businessman, though. He is very good looking, but he is just a jerk. Period. I'm so glad I didn't marry him. I don't want to be married to him either. Help me. We have to pay for the wedding anyway. I didn't know he was this stupid with money. We won't get any help from our families. We can't be happy like this. Once married, it's not easy to undo things. You have to find a way to get him to leave you. That's the thing. He said he's not going to break up with me. He wants us to pay off our debt together. Well, you should be able to work it out together. Have a wonderful life together in New York. Good luck. That's going to be impossible. Please help us. Your friend is in trouble. You're not going to abandon me, are you? Of course I'm not going to help you. Why would you think we're still friends? Please don't say that. Our friendship ended when you told me you'd take him away from me. Now you're stuck with him. Hope you're happy. You guys are perfect for each other. Sophia found out Joseph already had $30,000 in debt. On top of that, they have to pay off the $130,000 for their wedding. In total, they are $160,000 in debt. At first, they worked full-time plus had part-time jobs. But they couldn't afford to live in New York anymore, so they moved back to Sophia's hometown. Her family has a livestock business, and the couple works their butts off there all day to pay off their debt. On the other hand, Joseph's dad and my mom are happy living together. and my mom helps him run the business.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.